Hey everyone, Tony here for the Civ channel, and today I will be reviewing the muchly anticipated SimCity, also known as SimCity 5 or SimCity 2013. Take your pick of whichever you want to call it. Now, this is just an initial review. I was hoping to review more of the gameplay itself, but the game's biggest flaw got in the way, and that will be one of the reasons why this is going to be a mixed review. Obviously, for those who have been following this game or attempting to play it, you know that the servers are down and the game is virtually unplayable right now. And I will admit that that is one of the reasons why I gave a fairly negative review of this game on Amazon, even though I purchased this game on Origin. I like to try and be an objective with these reviews, and basically with anything I do and say on with these videos. However, I'm going to be slightly subjective in this video, but I'm going to try and keep it as objective as possible. And so I'm going to be breaking this review down into two parts. Basically, I'm going to be reviewing the game in its current form, which is mostly going to focus on access to the game, and then I'm going to be doing a review of the gameplay itself. Right. So overall, the game itself is pretty good from what I've been able to see. However, as a lot of people have pointed out from the get-go, actually, the major issue with this game is the online-only gameplay. Which has really become a very problematic thing. Not being able to get access to the game, having to really access this game only through servers. Now, obviously, they did this to make it easier for multiplayer play and to add cool features like the resource sharing and everything, and the leadership boards, and also the multiplayer play. And also to prevent, pirating of this game. However, I must say that EA failed big time with this, because number one, the game has been pirated. Number two, and that is according to Forbes and ABC News and some other sources that I find to be somewhat legitimate and reliable. Another problem is that because of the high demand on the servers, and because the game has been malfunctioning horribly, they have taken away some of the content. Again, going on news agencies, they have reduced cheetah speed, they have taken out the leadership boards, and basically everything that having it online on servers only was meant to do. So that is a big reason why I'm giving this game such a very negative review. I would give it basically a half a star out of 5. It's really worth nothing. The cost of this game is outrageous at $80 if you're getting the digital deluxe, which most of the content, again, you're unable to use. The regular cost, the starting cost is $60. Again, for a game like this, which is basically almost like an old-fashioned, Dungeons and Dragons game just on steroids, or Farmville on Facebook, those silly games. It's basically those games but on steroids, and which is very problematic. Had they, allowed at least some of the gameplay to be on, played on the computer hard drive, or at least be, saved on the hard drive, so if the servers crashed, you didn't lose everything, that would be different. I mean, if you look at sandbox mode, which I've done some videos on, basically the leadership board and everything else was automatically disabled in that anyway. So, I don't really see the point. And, by the looks of it, EA is probably going to lose more customers by putting these ridiculous and very stupid anti-piracy moves into the game than had they just done it, and let some people pirate it, because games and everything are going to be pirated. Anything, I mean, people can hack Iran, the Pentagon, the banks. I mean, hackers are going to hack. There is no way you can stop it. You just have to be creative and find new creative methods that still allow, people to have easy and, fair access to the game. And there are, many ideas that I'm sure that people could come up with, if they're creative with it. Now, to be slightly on the positive side, if those errors were not there, the game has a very high level of quality, has a very high level of detailed simulation. I mean, the game is just awesome in itself. It's also very educational with the if they ever get that economy mode back up and running. That is pretty educational because it talks about basic economics, and you also have you have basically a system where you're learning how to run a city management. So I think for young kids this is a very educational game, the high level of detail, the gameplay, everything. I mean, it's a great game. It really is a 4-star game. But with all of these underlying problems, and with it being epically overpriced. I mean, you could buy every single SimCity game that's ever been made currently for less than even $30 probably. I mean, that's just how it is today. You could buy almost every single game in the franchise and still have room enough to spare. And those games at least work. I mean, even the Zyga games on Facebook, which are kind of goofy, are slightly better than this. Even the SimCity on Facebook that they have is far better than this one, as far as actually being able to get on the game and actually play the darn thing. And I hate to be negative. I mean, I really want to be positive about this game. I mean, it's such a great game, but EA has messed up big time with this game. It's an epic failure on huge proportions. I, for one, am going to probably be one of those people who never get an EA game again. I don't really get games that much anyhow, and I don't. And for those who watched my beta review, that I said that I don't usually pre-order games for this exact reason, because there are so many failures that can happen when a game is just entering the market, and this is that case. And because there is only like a 14-day return thing, if the game is not fixed within a week or so, I'm probably going to return the game for a full refund as best I can, because it's just not worth it to keep playing cats and dogs with this game. It's just too expensive. And not worth it. It's definitely not worth it if you're on a budget. It's definitely not worth it if you're a family or anything. There are far better options. I hate to say it. I mean, this game is a great game, but unless they fix these critical issues, unless you're able to have the game in a way where you can still reliably play the game, I don't see it as a viable game. SimCity 4, just had their 10th anniversary, their 10-year anniversary, and people are still playing it. I do not see this game lasting even 5 years. Number one, if on Origin they say that as new games are put on, old games will be taken off. I mean, they have only a limited capacity of servers. Servers cost a lot of money, and all of these additional servers are probably going to be taken down once all of the traffic has gone. So, in my opinion, it's just not worth it. These failures are going to continue. I mean, server failures are just a common thing. They're going to happen. There's no getting around it. At least, with Stream, and at least with Civilization 5, which is a similar game I play, or even with Flight Simulator 10, you can at least still save the game onto your hard drive, and if the server goes down, at least you have the game saved somewhere on your computer, and you can at least reload it. This one, everything is entirely on a completely different server. You are basically just, being leased the game. You do not own the game, and in my opinion, that's just not how you play games. When I think of a PC game, I think of a game that's on my PC. I'm not thinking of an online game only play. If I wanted to do that, I'd do Dungeons and Dragons or something. All those games that you just sign up for and pay like those dumb monthly fees that are probably still cheaper than this game. So again, and I hate that I'm sounding so negative, but to be honest, this game just with all of these major issues, it's just not a regional buy. If they fix those issues, if they do, take that petition that everybody's been focusing in on, which I have a link to at the bottom of this description, about getting them to have that mode in that sandbox mode playable on your computer without, or with limited internet connections where you don't have to at least depend on that server. I think that this game might have a chance, but yeah, it's well, that's about all the time I have. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and have a great day, everyone, and Hopefully, Maxis and EA fixes these problems, or they're gonna lose a lot of customers. They sure have lost to me.